Okay, this is a quick recording on how to do a regular expression search off of a text field or RRT value and creating a new RRT with a result. So I'm going to create my new task here. I'm going to use auto capture. Again, it's our flavor of choice. Normally you would be doing Abby in your OCR. I'm just going to create a fake OCR text in my auto capture. I'm then going to use our VBScript component to do the regular expression search. Where's VBScript? Here we go. So it's going to do my regular expression search here, and it's going to create a new RRT with the output. And I'm going to use send to folder. So this will be a good tutorial as well on how to create RRTs in VBScript. So my form will be called test, my button name will be called submit, and my demo OCR text will be here. And I'm going to have my demo OCR text just be 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. So what we want to do is extract the letters A, B, C out of this text, let's say. We don't know it's A, B, C. It could be any 3-letter string. All right, I'm going to call this get regex. That'll be my name of my script. I'm going to pass it in a field. So any RRT that you want to use in the script, you have to pass it in. So I'm going to call this string to search, and I'm going to pass in my demo OCR text here. So if you were doing something out of the OCR component, you would be dragging the OCR text in here. Okay. So this is a global RRT in VBScript now, string to search. I'm going to click my ellipses here to open up the VBScript component. And I now have my VBScript component in here. Now what I've done is I've created a little function here already. I'm just going to paste this function in here. And what this function does is it's called get regex value, and it passes in an OCR text and a regex pattern. And it just does a regular expression search on this and outputs the result of what it finds. And what's nice about using the VBScript component at AutoStore is you can, when you hit the compile button, if you know VBScript, you know that VBScript doesn't compile. What this compile button really does is basically runs the script. So if I put a message box in here and call the function and pass in my a test value here and a regular expression per my function call, and I run this, it'll output, and you can see here that it just ran this appropriately. So I'm going to comment this out because I don't want a message box popping up during production. So I have this function here. So what I want to do is I want to call this function now, and pass in my variable. And again, I've already pre-written this, so hopefully this will work. So EKO manager status monitor is going to output my global variable, which I had pre-mapped under my fields tab over here. This is a bunch of AutoStore jargon. Basically, this is getting a reference to an object. But this is the heart of it. So I'm going to be calling, I'm going to be creating a new variable here called regex results. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so regex results is going to be calling this function, which I wrote down here. Okay, and again, I'm assuming that you know VBScript here, but it's calling this function, it's passing in this global variable, and it's passing in my regular expression search parameter. The output of that will be this regex result. Here's where I'm creating a new RRT called regex result RRT. This is a new RRT, and I'm also outputting this to the status monitor. So I'm going to go ahead and save this, and I'm going to save this for right now just on my desktop. So I'm going to call it get regex. I like to call my functions the same, or my scripts the same name as my function. Okay, and so now I have a new variable. I copied it in my clipboard, so I could use it in my send to folder. So I'm going to basically create the file name based upon that. I'm running out of time. So here is my variable I created in the script. Counter and extension. I'm going to paste it in here. No, I have a typo in there. C : temp test. All right. All right, I'm going to save this. And I'm going to run it. I'm going to pause this video real quick as I do a test here. All right, so I have a folder here. I have a file. I'm going to right-click on this file. I'm going to hit send to test. This is the form I just created. Here is the regular expression is going to be run off of this value here. So what should happen is it should extract this value and rename this file when it puts it back into this folder based upon that value. So if I go ahead and hit submit, you should see it popping in here in a few seconds. Here we go, right? So if I had done the same thing and I did a bunch of numbers, my letters, DEF, another bunch of numbers, and I hit submit, it should work unless it's just doing uppercase. It's doing uppercase. So I didn't. So again, bunch of numbers, bunch of letters, bunch of numbers. I hit submit.